Everyone, and welcome to Mish-Mash. It's a new channel. I'm Mish, and it's a mashup of everything, so Mish-Mash. Here goes. So I'm from Nottinghamshire in the East Midlands, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about our dialect. It is dying out. I'm not going to lie, it is dying out. There's not lots of people tend to speak to it. I don't know if because that's we're more mobile now. We speak correctly. I hate to say the word speak correctly because we are speaking correctly because this is our words, our local dialect. This is how we say things. We even replace words with words. We give words a different word. But yeah, so let's start with the classic. When anybody says Nottingham, they always think "Hey up me duck," always. But that's an affectionate term. If you tend to see somebody, I wouldn't tend to see that to somebody I didn't know. I wouldn't do that. And tends to be the older generation what tend to use it. Because I worked in education, I think I've had to I know I've had to tone it down a lot. But I've just, if you see me look up there, I've just got a few notes just so I don't forget where I am. So "Hey up me duck" is the classic. I'd say "Hey up" back, "Hey up, are you alright? Are you okay? You're doing fine." But you might say if you saw a male, "Hey right youth, hey right youth, hey up, are you alright?" That's what you'd say to them. "Yeah, you're alright," and all this lot, and that's what you'd say back to them. So we have some words that you'd use just not specifically for children, but they would be aimed at children. So I've never used these myself. I flatly refuse, and I did say to my family members, my eldest is in his 30s, but I did say to family members, because my late dad did, bless him, he used them, my father-in-law still does, and I did say to him, do not, because I worked in education at the time, and I still do, I said to them, do not use these words. I'm going to teach them the correct word, not our dialect word for this. So, stop blarting. My sister still says this. My sister's younger than me, only by 5 years, but she's still younger. And she'll say, stop blarting, stop crying. Bobbos, look at them bobbos in that field. Bobbo is a horse. And I always used to say to my family, any of you do not say bobbos to them. I don't understand teaching them that and then again, and having to relearn the word all over again. Papaps. Have you got a papap? A papap is a car. Teggies is teeth, or he's got a teggy coming through. Touffies or dudoos, they are sweets. So, do you want some dudoos? My dad used to say that. Do you want some dudoos? When they're really little. Touffies when you're older. Pack it in. Pack it in now. Stop it. Stop doing that. Gizzago. Gizzago. That's what a child would say. Gizzago. Even an adult would say it. Oh jossers. Oh jossers. Calm down. Wait. Have patience. What else is there? Babars. Babars. You'd say that to a young toddler who was touching things. So if they're walking around touching things or going towards a fire, you'd say, babars. Don't touch. No touching. Stop being mardy. You got mardy head on? Pack it in. You being mardy means, are you whinging, are you whining, somebody crying, ooh, that type of thing. And then you'd say if they were outside and you were waiting to go out, and they'd be like, nah, pack it in, don't get dotty. Dotty is dirty. So that's what we'd say to that. I'm just going to have a look what's on the next page, just so I don't forget, the only notes. So at work once, I was at work, I work in a nursery, and I was having a conversation with a woman. It was nothing it wasn't private, it was about a child, that's all, we're discussing a child. And there were a lady, she's from down south, and she stood there and she just sort of said, what's that, like this. And I said, hey, hang on a minute, are you tab hanging? And she like, look, she was like, what? I says, hang on, are you tab hanging? And she didn't understand what tab hanging was. So we call ears tabs. So when you say tab hanging, it means, are you listening in on a private conversation? Are you listening? Are you being sneakily listening in? And she literally didn't know. And also, and I'm surprised at this one, there's a couple of the younger ones in there, but not everybody knew what this was. Excuse me, I'm just recovering from, I've got COVID, but I'm not ill with it, I've just got a bit of a cough. Yeah, we're going home, and there were a child was with its parent, and as I was driving out from near work, going home, the child let go of the mother's hand, and he ran into the road. So the next morning, I said, oh, so-and-so, I saw so-and-so last night, they let go of the mum's hand, ran off at Corsey into the road. And they were like, what? What? And I went, ran off at Corsey into the road. And I'm like, what did he do? I said, ran off the Corsey. Like, 'cause I thought she didn't understanding that. She went, what's a Corsey? I went, what's a Corsey? It's a pavement. What do you mean, what's a Corsey? And like, so it was things like that. They didn't understand. I mean, I'm 51. They didn't understand what I was saying with that. So, and then we've got like 3 or 4 people from down south, and we say cob and they say roll. And I got, no, it's a cob. You ain't a bacon cob or a tuna cob. You're not aying. So I still say it. You're not aying. Having. No, aying is having. Who worry with? Any ideas? Who worry with? Who was he with? Worry on his son. Worry on his son. Was he by himself? That's that. So if it's raining really heavy, we'll say, God, it's siling it down. It's siling it down. I'm sweating cobs. Whew, sweating cobs. It's red hot. I'm sweating. I'm really hot and clammy. So if you're sweating cobs, you might need a sucker. You want a sucker? Do you want one? You want a sucker? A sucker is an ice lolly. Well, we say suckers round here. Or, like me, you might be nesh. You don't need a sucker if you're nesh. Nesh is cold. You tend to feel the cold a lot. So, you wouldn't need one then. So we tend to say also, we drop vowels, we drop letters. So we say we're going to shop. We don't say going to the shops. We say we're going to shop. I'm going to work. I'm going to car. So we tend to say stuff like that. And then we add like an N sound on pronouns. So like yours becomes yawn. It's yawn. So it's yours, it's yawn. Hers, it's earn. So myself becomes missen. Ours becomes an. It's an. That's not yawn. That's an. That's what we'd say. And then didn't do it. I didn't do it. What else is there? Tint on tonight. I've changed it. Tint on. It isn't on. Water is. Want to drink a water? I hate this. My dad used to say it. My father-in-law still says it. Water. What else is there? This after. Are you going to shop? Yeah, I'm going this afternoon. This after is this afternoon. We tend to put on the end of our sounds as well. So poorly or badly. They are if you're ill. So you're poorly or you're badly. Manky. That's when it's horrible. Like a manky piece of bread. It's gone mouldy and horrible. Manky. Mardy. And then we miss, like for brown, we'd say brain. What colour's that jumper? It's a brain, and we'd say that. So I've just got some questions. I'm going to ask you these, see if you can get them. How old are you? How old are you? Do you know? I'm 51. It's how old are you? Has she said out? Has she said out? Has she said anything? Are you got out? Are you got out? Have you got anything? What's up? What's up? What's up? And all. I tell her and all. I'll tell her also. So there's a woman at work and she says that a lot. She'll say, I tell her and all when I see her. And she tends to say that. In fact, we brought her a cup with all her sayings on. And then she says tab hanging, Miss N and all. And we brought her a cup with all them sayings on for her birthday. So that's just like a little snippet of really tiny bit. It's dying out. I hope it don't. You still hear it in my speech a lot, even though I've tried to cut it out just because of work, because it's not really, especially in schools where I've worked, they don't look at it favourably. You know, you have to speak correctly and pronounce vowels and letters and don't give words, you know, different things or anything like that. But I mean, that's what we do. We do that, but we shouldn't do. But we tend to. So yeah, that's everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to put any comments down, what you say or anything like that, or if you recognise any of them. Take care. Bye.